Welcome everybody to episode 60, the big 60 of Overdriven, the ODRL podcast. We are joined, as always, by Camo. What up, Camo?
I don't even know if to pick up the mic, but hi.
Hi. Um, as always, we're joined by Bren. What up, Bren? Are you in a better mood?
Hey guys. To be honest, last 2 days at school I have what's it called whenever you mess up the paint job? Yeah, no,
I
I've done
don't.
that 2 days in a row, so it hasn't been a great week for me. So just it's gonna continue to Monday, unfortunately. But yeah, happy to talk about ODRL stuff. That's not about me.
Okay. Okay. Very nice. Hendrik will not be here tonight. He's taking the week off, which is fine. But this week was Nashville, a nice little weekend trip to Nashville, virtual Nashville, I should say, for all three series. Won't talk about NXT much, but shout out to NXT for having a good caution-free race. I'll give them that. But we'll start, as always, with the Premier Series. A lot of talk this week about passing, a lot of talk this week about difficulty to make their way through the field. And my vantage point from what I saw, Camo, it was you had to have a good car to move up through the field, and you did it. A couple other people did it. How was your experience at the Nashville Super Speedway?
Uh, I can understand how some people were on the feel of it was impossible to pass, and I'm also on the side of it was very easy to pass.
Okay.
So there was a clear separation of some cars in the field where the top five, if you started in that position off a restart, you're not going to go any further. But if you're one of those cars that are normally in the top five and falls back to 20th, you're going to get back up there, but not probably not any further. The the speed difference between the field was a little massive
Yeah.
compared to the rest. I know I was among those that were stuck in the back. I was obviously stuck a lap down again, but I was able to make up positions while a lap down, not showing that
Mhm.
position counter, but in that running position on track. But once you get up to the certain few that had the speed, you're stalled out. So those people that were running up front saying it was impossible to pass, that was their experience. But the people coming through the back to the front could easily say they could pass, and there was a lot of passing, which there was, just not in the spots that mattered, in the spots people were mainly talking about.
Yeah, I agree. From my vantage point, it was a lot of side by side racing, and you were able to make the pass and move away once you complete the pass. But it's not going to be easy in Premiere. It's not going to be easy to make a pass and, pull away from somebody and stretch your legs. You're really going to have to, let the car get the tires, warm them up, and do that long run to make those long drives worth it. It's going to be this Premier Series is way too good to think 11th through first is going to be great passing every which way. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. I know Gateway was viewed as a better passing track, which is very interesting to me. Um, but I
I
think it
wouldn't
was
say it was
more of
better
yeah.
passing, but there was
I don't.
passing.
Yeah, there was passing. But people were. That's what people are saying. I don't necessarily agree with that.
It
I
wasn't the
saw.
better passing.
Yeah.
It was the really
Um.
annoying passing.
It's really annoying. The one thing I did see from Nashville was a lot of not a lot of people not wanting to give up the spot, so they fought back immediately, like a dive bomb. You get past at the exit of turn two, and then the car immediately comes behind you, dive bombs you in turn three. Not a lot of washing up type issues or anything besides the wrecks that we saw, but it was just difficult because you would have that dive bomb the car behind you not wanting to get passed by you because they felt they were faster. But then by the time the car got beside you, They couldn't make the pass, so the car in front of them jetted off. As you know, I could see by the top 3 or 4 were upset about line getting away and running off because 2 through 4 were side by side jockeying for position for about 10-15 laps and wasn't able to help each other to get up there with line, which I think he had the car to beat anyways. So I don't think it was much.
Yeah.
I don't think that was
Oh,
going to
yeah.
help him anyways. So he's come along very nicely from his not sure how he was going to do in the preseason stuff and his
He was
wheel.
bad. I'm no filter. He
Yeah,
was fucking
yeah.
god awful,
Yeah,
dude.
he's
He picked it back up.
He's picking it back up just in time. Because we obviously know how good he was. And, you know, he almost
Yeah.
won Gateway by a bumper, and you know, so he was on the cusp. So we knew a win was coming sooner or later. We just don't know. It's a new game, so we just don't know how speed's going to transfer week to week and different tracks type stuff like that. Bren, I know the race didn't go exactly how you wanted it to go for yourself. But how was the racing in general for your team?
In general, I just couldn't figure out Nashville. I think everyone else had the track figured out, and for some reason, I know Sterlo and I think Cowboys recovered pretty well, but we just I don't know how people were running so quickly at that track. Lined top 5 were on a different level from I think from 6th on back. I think really realistically it was you had a group of guys who were insanely quick, would pull away from the field, and then you had another group that were like pack racing, and I was stuck in the pack racing group all night long, and I don't people figured out Nashville. I think a lot of people run this track daily. I just could never figure out how to run it, and that really showed throughout the race. I got some stage points in stage 1. Stage 2, I got some damage off incident with Cobra. Unfortunately, we got in a wreck, and then stage 3 move my way through the field slowly but surely, just outside the top 10, and then I speed on pit road, and then yeah, no, overall, I mean, I'm not gonna complain about passing. That was fine. I think that was fine overall. I think Gateway, we already seen how bad it can get, where you literally have to pray that they hit the wall, and you pray on getting past them. If you don't get past them, you're gonna be stuck behind them for like 5 laps. So up front may have been an issue, but I felt like passing was okay once I got in the rear. I know I was in the rear a little bit, but I just mental mistakes really by me. I could never figure it out. I asked tips from like one of my open lobbies guys who was really good at Nashville. Still cannot figure out that track. It's just one of those tracks where I'm like, I should be good at it, but I'm not. I just could never figure it out throughout the weekend. It really showed throughout the race.
There's a talking point that you brought up right there that I was found very interesting. That you in Gateway you had to wait for somebody to hit the wall for them to pass and make a move, and it was different like that at Nashville. It was just harder to pass due to people being on the same page, being on the same speed type stuff. How would you explain your teammate in the 48 getting wrecked at Gateway and going to 21st, 23rd type position, and then racing his way back up to 6th in the same stage for passing? Do you feel like
Is it?
he had to have a great car to do it, or do you feel like 10th through 23rd last week was an issue because of the wall?
In terms of last week at Gateway, I think he had a good car. Realistically, he had a great car. He was able to make moves because he had the car. I didn't have the car to do that. I didn't have enough turn on the bottom to where I could actually make moves because I actually got loose quite a few times, and that's why I ended up 6th. I feel like I kept getting free on the bottom, so I couldn't make moves. But yeah, he had a good car. Nashville this week, we had a little controversy. I think he was a little over aggressive now that I look back on the clips. He was being a little over aggressive, and it ended up costing him a little bit. I will say it goes back and forth on that clip that we talk that you know what happened, Mets.
Huh?
But
All I can say
yeah,
is the
but
famous
I
quote
think
of "It was not carrot."
It was not. It was not a carrot.
yeah,
It was not a carrot.
People think it
I
was
don't know.
it was Carrot's fault when he had nothing to do with that wreck.
I agree. I agree. As an admin who had a say in that, I agree.
Yeah, the car was
I
already
won't
around
berate.
before he touched the 22.
I won't berate anybody. Um, it was just an interesting. I was like, why do I get this video? I think every video I got was like, this isn't anything. I understand sticking up for the 48, and I was like, all right, I don't understand this at all, but I'm gonna move on. I think Just move on to another week. On 48, it's just gonna be fine. He's fast. He had one incident and spun around at Nashville. It's only week 5. There's how many weeks to go to there's many weeks to go. I think he had a good points there with stage points and everything, so I think he'll be just fine. Happy to know that he did not put the complaint into that one, so I won't throw another admin under the bus who did. But his team owner, if you know who his team owner is, just kidding.
You just threw him under the bus. What the fuck? Come on, man. You're better than this. Even I sent it in the clip because from my point of view, it looked different. I never saw Carrots voting. I still haven't seen it.
It's fine. No harm, no foul. Moving on from that. The one thing I did want to bring up this week was cautions and lack thereof, which is very interesting after talking about NXT for multiple weeks about cautions. But we have this tendency in Premiere, which y'all both said that you got damage on a caution on a probably should have been caught. It was caution in Heat 5.
There
but it's
was
not a
yes,
caution
there
this
was
year.
a lot of single car spins that
Yeah.
resulted in multiple cars receiving
Yes.
damage, but
Yeah.
nobody goes around with it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, sometimes these cars are very hard to turn. The only easy way to turn somebody is off of the back of their car. But if you're hitting them from the front, they're probably not going to spin. They'll get sideways and loose, back and forth. And no, I had one of those bouncing back and forth, but it takes forever for it to actually go around.
Yeah.
So the bouncing isn't going around, which then causes more people getting damage, but not spinning.
Yeah, it's one of those things that we took into consideration, just for the simple fact of bigger lobbies and cautions. That we had a lot of cautions in Heat 5 that should never have been cautions, and the only way to fight that is to make sure 2 cars go around. We'll look into that in the future. Nothing changed on the horizon or anything. But we just hope for everybody our hope is for everybody to do a little more wreck avoidance. When they see something like that, hit the brake a little
No
bit.
arca brakes?
Don't be going into a 4 wide situation, see a car around, and not try to avoid and go into it expecting a caution. Because a lot of people go into a 4 wide situation or a 3 wide situation, as Nashville had, and say, all right, I see a car around. I'm not going to do nothing about that but go forward. Even if I cause any more issues to this, if I go forward and miss it, or if I go forward and cause more issues, that's less cars that I gotta deal with if a caution doesn't get called, or a caution gets called, and I'm got all these positions because of that. Because people have damage to go and get these damage fixed, so that, so yeah, I the hope is if Premiere has got the respect it has for it, that might could change in the future with their respect, because I know they're not going to have the issues with cautions as an NXT or a truck might have. So we might look at that in the future if it continues to be an issue, because you don't want people to have full damage and affect you the long run. Somebody, it's plus it's hard to police the one car around and who has damage, because a lot of people are like, well, I have damage, but do you really have damage, type stuff like that. So it's a very hit or miss thing, but Premiere has earned the respect to at least have that conversation in the future. But hopefully we don't have those one car spins in the future. It's been very weird about these one car spins and then going into the grass or going down the backstretch. And yeah, a little more checkup would be great. Just a little more checkup, a little more respect when you got cars side by side, and everything will be fine. But great Premiere race for what it was. A lot of battles. Shout out to the line for getting the victory. He had the best car all night, especially stage 2, stage 3. We thought it was going to be the Carrot Show stage 1, but as he said, he's probably the king of default setup, and then once you put a setup in, he falls back to the pack just a little bit. Not saying he's not fast, he just gets that advantage that he has on default a little less. Shout out everybody there. It was a great one. Premiere, phenomenal. I think we had 2 cautions.
We might have had 3, but I know it was very minimal and only kind
I
of
needed a
happened towards the
caution.
base.
I think we had either. I know it was either one or two because I remember
I think it was
saying
only 2.
after. Yeah, I think it was only two because I remember saying throughout 3 races in Nashville we only had 4 cautions total. So that was very nice to see.
Yeah.
But yep, again, it was a great one. I'm happy for everybody. Everybody's doing a great job. We had some part-time drivers in there showing out in the top 10. Shocks and who am I missing? I'm missing somebody who was part-time. Oh, Tyreek was up there as well. He showed up from NXT, which he won the night before, and was showing out very good. So we'll see. I know even Tyreek was a rumor going around. Tyreek even had a premiere off to jump full time, but he declined it. I don't know if it's a full on truth or not, but it's a rumor I heard. I think he politely declined it to stay in NXT, which is nice to hear because some people want to stay in NXT, some people want to get the hell out of there. But yeah, I'll move over to trucks now. The very interesting part, this game won me over even more this weekend because I've enjoyed this game very much. But the difference between vehicles in this game at tracks alone are very interesting. We were at Nashville and these trucks ran like Heat 5 Kansas. We were at the wall, 1 through 18 at the wall, like nothing. If you used the bottom line at all, you couldn't really make up any ground. You got there, the top line would just go right around you, if you were up there at the top. Unlike the cup cars before we use in Premiere. It was very interesting. I enjoy that little aspect where if you get in, you can't really use the same mentality at different track, at the same track, but a different car. So I really love the aspect of trucks being a whole lot different. I don't know if I don't know if y'all two have had that experience with different cars and a track being differently.
I do run a truck series thing on Wednesday, and
Mhm.
while the lines are similar between series, I do know like the Phoenix line that's still accurate,
Mhm.
but it takes away other lines. Like the truck,
Yeah.
like you were saying, the trucks had to run the top.
Mhm.
You can't run the bottom in the trucks; it's way too slow. So they have limited lines, but they have the preferred line.
Yeah. It was interesting too because we started out running it like a cup car and running the side by side top lane, but by a third stage it was get to the top line because that's the only way you're going to move forward, and
Yeah, that's
that's
usually how people get it. They like
yeah,
figure it
and then
out and then don't get out of it.
Yep, I saw it in Georgia Dog stream. I was like, he's bottom line, top 5 car, and then once everybody started top, like your Kansas train, and it was having to make it. You could pass better than a Kansas Heat 5 if you didn't have to dive bomb as bad, but he took that draft and pulled out and made that pass without having that full on slide job. It was
Yeah.
it was fun. It was really fun to see, and a lot of good came from it. We only had a couple cautions there too as well. And very proud. I was very proud. Nashville is a great track for to be added, and I'm happy that we finally get to go there. And very proud, very proud. And shout out to Pure Splash for getting his second victory of the season. A great driver. I think he's racing currently right now in another league, but great driver. Happy to have him in Truck Series. I'm sure he'll find his way out of there soon enough, and on to bigger and better things once he's ready. But it's not like he dominates enough to like, oh, we have to get him out of the series. He shows up when it matters and doesn't like dominate 1-2 stages and then wins the race. So it's very fun to see. We have different stage winners like every race, and he's the only repeat winner we've had in trucks. So it's good to hear. But all right, we'll move on to questions. I know we had a couple this week, less than other previous weeks, but we'll get to it right now. Let's get to them. I should start sending these to Syllable for producing, but it's okay. All right. I didn't want to answer this one. It's a good question, even though it's we answered the passing discourse one
Yeah.
during our thing, so we ain't gotta answer that one. And Cam, I'm not even gonna. You can respond to the one that rejected you. I'm not going to.
I mean, yeah, I'll get to it in a bit. We can get to the important things first.
But somebody asked, what is the process NXT moving forward? If we have more good races, when do we get stuff like picks and winners post back? I would probably say, let me look at the schedule right now, because I think I mentioned this last week about getting certain stuff right. So Nashville, you give me to January 4th, Charlotte Oval. If you give me a stretch of races that were good, I'm not saying great, good races up to then. So 3 or 4 good races then. We will start opening up winners post again. We'll pick, especially in time for playoffs coming around, and picking then. But until then, I'm talking about averaging 3 or 4 cautions a race type thing. Got to get rid of these 8 to 10, 12 cautions, shit shows that we have, and just focus on green flag racing. Give it time. Nashville is a great step in the right direction, but I said that about Pocono, and the next week and after Pocono, it was a shit show. So I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. Y'all are the ones that are gonna show us that you're gonna do this on a consistent basis. I think the car really helped, even though it was a complaint. The car really helped racing wise. Some would argue the racing at NXT for the Cup cars was better than the Premier Series Cup cars. Only for the simple fact is the what did you say earlier, Camo? What was the word I was looking for? The separation between top to
The field
bottom.
separation.
Yeah, the field separation was a little less, so it was more tighter racing. And I think a lot of people went even 4 wide a lot and were able to keep it. So that really that scares me, and that scares me at the same time, because if you're going 4 wide, and you weren't gonna go 4 wide in an Xfinity car, I can tell you that. So going 4 wide in a Cup car, I like it and don't like it at the same time, because I don't know if you learned your lesson if you went 4 wide in the Cup car and said, all right, let's focus on racing and not cautions. But going caution free is definitely great. That only happened in the beginning. Nothing major after restarts or anything after that from the stages. But yeah, 5. Give me January 4th, and we'll start opening up picks again. Winners post. I'll start letting them winners post. We will not be doing the NXT bracket this year. That's just too far into the season to think about
it
that.
went too bad too fast.
Yeah.
So.
Premiere will definitely have it. And we'll reevaluate NXT in the future. It's a series that I've loved from the beginning. It was my pet project when we expanded. And as Brandon was here from the beginning, he saw it develop from the beginning, and he knew what it can be and what it can be, and started in Cup Series cars. It's gonna be Cup Series cars for now. Hopefully, bring NXT back to Xfinity cars in the future, but people are just gonna have to learn how to race this game and with different cars until then. And then I know there's some movement on the Saturday night series for Xfinity for that, so I'm hoping that's going to be scheduled release in the future. That's what Spartan and Iron Man leading that charge. So that should be hope. That should be hope. If you're looking for your Xfinity fix, Saturdays would be the place to go, and hopefully that can be great, because that's one thing I didn't bring up last week is if the backwards Xfinity series that we had, the championship race in NASCAR 25 at Iowa, was 10 times better than the Iowa race we had in NXT. It's a y'all issue. It's not we had a great race.
Potential's
So
there, but
it's just people
I
can.
have that list of people. That's a problem.
Yep, we have our lists. But we're not gonna berate them. They had a good one this week, so I'm not gonna kick pick everybody out or get everybody upset. But that's one thing I do want to answer there. Camo, you can answer yours. Go ahead and answer it.
Yeah,
You
I'll
wanna
answer
go off?
Stein's question. Make sure everyone knows that is Stein's question. Yes, this is my first 10th or top 10 finish in the season, and I will say it for the 5th time. I have been running within the top 5 and top 10 every possible race this season. I was leading with 3 to go on the first race we had. And then other races, I've been getting the pole and running in top 5 before I get wrecked out of my own control, Tyreek, and then having to race in those positions, not showing the same ticker, but in those positions. So I am running there. I'm just
Mhm.
not finishing there because of other people's stupidity. So I am not washed. I am very confident in the speed that I have. I honestly don't really care where I finish as long as I have good speed every week, which I have been doing. And now going into a road course, a few weeks ago, I probably would have been very nervous and low expectations for this, but I just ran a truck race and a previous COTA race, and I think I've gotten very comfortable in the road courses of this game. So I think I'm gonna have some high expectations going into the race, and I fully expect another top 5 like I had previously on the other game.
I just want to
Where's
know
the yelling of the night? You said,
the person. Yeah,
who was
true.
trying to yell at?
But being compared to just a just a go dogs is just it's rude and mean, and we don't condone that.
My
Go
finish
dogs is
is
a
a go
truck
dog level, but
series.
my pace is fucking Sterlo level. Fuck you, Stein.
Stein, I hope you hear that. Respectfully, I hope you hear that. 'Cause you deserve it.
Disrespectfully, fuck you.
But this is a question we get asked like almost every week, so we'll answer it one more time. Um, Kemba, who surprised you so far throughout the season? We'll only do
Um,
Premiere, just because I know
just
we're not gonna
Premiere.
talk next. Yeah, let's just do Premiere.
I said it when we were talking about him. Line Cone, dude
Yeah.
was awful, and I do not mean that lightly. Dude was awful. He was slow. He was in the way. I wanted to get away from him as soon as possible. I I think I've said it before on other podcast episodes of there's a list of people that I want to get away from because I do not want to race around them. Get away
Mhm.
from them as soon as possible. Line was starting to become in that list on the
Mhm.
first few races we ran test sessions. Even in the first few races of the season, I think Pocono was he still wasn't there. Pocono was one that I was really like keeping an eye on him to get away from
Mhm.
him. But
Mhm.
since then, he's been running in other leagues. He's gotten other wins. Most notably, I think that turnaround was when he went to win the North Wilkesboro money race. I think
Okay.
that was
Yeah.
his
Mhm.
turnaround point where he really picked it up. I think this is like a month ago or something now.
Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
All Star Elite.
a huge jump in performance from him back to where he should be, honestly.
Yeah. Somebody
And
just
seeing
clicks.
him running up front with us
Okay.
now.
Yeah, should be there every week, in my opinion. He should be a top 3, top 5 guy every week. Um, mine is K Therms and Bren. You can go hand in hand with them. K Therms is
You can say
somebody.
Bren, but I already had high
Yeah,
expectations for Bren.
yeah. As to respectfully to Bren, I'm giving him his flowers just because he needs it sometimes. And after his 23rd place, 24th place finish Monday, give him a little edge here and say you did great, Bren. You've been great this whole season. Don't let one race define your future. And you were top 2 in points, still top 10. You'll be great. You'll be fine. And don't stress about it. You're on a great team, great leadership. You'll be just fine. But Kate Therms is somebody who He has been good in the past. I recruited him from other leagues. I do believe, from my memory correct, and I always had high expectations. I wasn't able to really show it in Heat 5 Premier Series. But once this game happened, I think he finishes strong. He might not be top 5. Um, he might
He
not be
may not
top
be
5
top 5,
stages,
but he's
but
not top 15, or like
yeah,
he's not
he's
lower
yeah,
15.
he's getting good points, doing what he can, finishing strong. No mistakes usually, really. So he's definitely a big standout. I'm not going to be negative. Not going to have a negative standout. I think the question in general was straight positive. So I'm not going to have a negative standout there, or who's disappointed me, quote unquote. Let's say who's disappointed me. Pretty much 90% of the NXT roster. We'll leave it there. Um, besides that,
Oh, that's
that's.
funny. Oh man, that's
uh,
funny.
but yeah, that's pretty much all for questions this week. We'll get into Glenn preview. All 3 series are at the Glen this week. Interesting to say the least. First road course. Gotta talk about these track cuts, these track limits, I should say. Camo, what do you expect? And you talked about a little bit a minute ago about having expectations going into this one, but what do you expect from the Premier Series side of things when it comes to these road courses? I do believe Sean for Life is signed up to race this week, so we know from his Heat 5 prowess. He's a damn good road course racer as well. Also of note, Proxy is not racing in the near future anytime soon. So everybody would probably pick him to be a standout on road courses. So wish him the best of luck going into his future. Right now, he's got more life concerns than league concerns. So our prayers and thoughts are with him. Can't really discuss what's going on, but he'll need time to step away and do the best he can for his own self. And yeah, those are some notes that I just wanted to bring out there before we start doing picks. What's your thoughts, Camo?
Uh, you were kind of back and forth on that. Are you talking about like what we expected people to do at
Yeah, from
Watch
Premiere.
Glen?
At Premiere at the Glen, yeah.
Premier
What's your
Series.
expectations? Yeah.
Um, I think this is gonna be our probably one of our most boring road courses. The Glen, while it does have its few strange penalty spots. Side note: I am gonna go by and find where those actual penalty lines are, and I will try to share them probably with my team first. If I'm feeling generous, I'll send it to everybody else. I just ran there last night in a truck race, and it's not that complicated to get across the track. Is it feels kind of the same.
Yeah. Mm.
I think our only issue in any race we're gonna have is leaving the chicane, the rumble strip,
Mhm.
leaving the chicane. If you touch the gas while your tires are touching that, you will go around so fast. It
Yeah.
doesn't lift the car, it's just no grip whatsoever. So that I think is going to be our only problem area other than potential uh, cutting penalties. Because also right there, if you go too far to the right, that is a penalty.
Yeah.
But it obviously you want to be on the track anyway through there. You don't want to cut through the grass.
Very true.
But
Very
it,
true.
again, yeah, it's just probably going to be some boring road courses.
Yeah, it happens. I think it's shaped up to be a very interesting one just because it's our first one. Um, Brent, I know you done some practice here. I think I was in a lobby with you a couple of days ago, maybe day or two ago. What's your expectations going into this one? Not for you just in general, but as a product for Premier Series or the NXT series, as they're both Cup cars as well.
Um, I think there's going to be some kinks to work out. I personally think the first 2 stages, a lot of our road courses on Heat 5, first 2 stages are a little chaotic because people are still getting used to racing these tracks, getting used to breaking points. But I think once we get to stage 3, everything will clean up. I really do feel like this is a different style. I know, like, it's similar in some ways, but there's different varieties. You have to brake it. You will lock up if you don't brake. You won't tip over like an idiot, like on Heat 5. And the bus stop going too wide, people are gonna have to let you go. Like, we're gonna have to race with like F1 people. You can't go too wide, or else someone's gonna get course penalty, in my opinion. That you can do it, but it's gonna be very tight, and I feel like
I went
it's
3
gonna
wide
be a
through
very
there, and
different.
I got the other person have a penalty, and I didn't.
Is that see camo? That exactly. You're gonna get the person on your outside a course penalty. So yeah, it's gonna
I
be
was a little
very
far inside.
A
yeah.
lot of give and
That's
take. As you said, a lot of give and take is going to be needed. I expect it in Premier Series because Premier Series has that more than none. But it's going to be an interesting, as you said, it's going to be very first two stages is going to be like, all right, let's get our feet under us. Let's see what we can do with a bigger lobby. Let's know our limits. Let's see what we can do without with pitting and all that kind of stuff, and getting if you have a setup to put in for road courses to help yourself a little bit in the long run type stuff. I don't believe it's supposed to be a fuel mileage, at least in the first two stages. I don't know about stage 3. I haven't heard any rumors or anything about fuel mileage. We'll see. I'm sure those rumors will start popping up sooner or later. If so,
You'll
but
get your
I think
information whenever I get to it.
I know 10 laps stage 1 or
I've
11
already
laps
run
of
the whole
fuel.
race. I'm not
Uh,
telling you.
10 laps of stage 2, 11 laps of fuel. So I think first two stages you just go. Can't tell you about stage 3, but they'll have secrets. I know we'll have some secrets this week. But it should be a fun one. It should be, I say
yeah.
fun, but it should be. I expect every race to be fun to a certain level, just because it's new and it's a learning curve, and everybody's gonna have to learn different aspects. And the Glen is probably I don't know what to say, the easiest road course. It might be the
I would
easiest, but
say it's the
from say
easiest,
it's probably the
but it's also
easiest per
tight,
se. But
so
yeah.
people won't have that same opinion.
Yeah, so it's back and forth on it. But it has
I don't
tendency to
like.
have a real good battle, and maybe not side by side battle, but a little more
Neck and neck.
yeah, a little
Neck and
like
neck.
okay, on each other's ass. You can go
Yeah,
here.
you're
You're
definitely gonna
better
be more in a
here.
line than side by side through a road course
Yeah.
there, other than other places. But like I said, it's gonna be the easiest to get through. I don't know about the
Mhm.
easiest to battle, but it's the easiest to get through.
Yep. And Bren, if I had to get Bren a black flag, the rule is he's gonna have to run a whole lap during the boot portion of the track.
Oh, that's a new one. That's a fun one.
I'm kidding.
Take the boot if we get a black flag.
Get up and take the boot. That would be funny.
No, I wanted to say this as
Hey,
well,
it
that
is. I would not be surprised if any league uses that part of the fucking track to
yes,
run a race.
that would be fun.
I
That would be fun.
wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. The only issue
It's
there, I
just
even thought about
you
it
have to
myself.
get through the little cars that you can't see
Yep.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Like, all right. But what were you gonna
Oh
say,
yeah.
Bren? Go ahead.
Tire wear actually matters on road courses now. You can't just wear out your tires and be faster. So
Mhm.
that is also a
Yeah,
thing, unlike Heat 5.
there's a difference.
Mhm.
Yes, you're way slower on more tires now. And you're
Oh
also
yeah, instead
tighter
of
as shit.
faster. And normally you'd be faster on the older tires. Now you're a
I
lot
know,
slower.
bro.
Yeah, I'm not
That's how
looking
it's
forward to
supposed to be.
I'm competitive in the truck series. I'm not looking forward to my first road course because obviously you know me. Every time I went to a road course in Heat 5, I pulled over and focused on making sure nobody cut the track. In this game, I really don't got to sit there and watch people cut the track because it's gonna ding you anyways. So I'm not really gonna worry about that. And plus Premier drivers and NX2 drivers, have a weird thing about not snitching on each other doing it. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Y'all are gonna snitch. Premier drivers, I see videos of them doing it once or twice, and somebody saying, I didn't call him out. I didn't want to. I didn't want to call him out. I'm like, all right, whatever. So if you're not gonna call him out, I'm not gonna worry about it. And plus, this game has strict limits anyways to worry about it. But trucks is gonna be tire wear, as Brent said. Not looking forward to it myself, so I'm just hoping for keep the truck straight the whole race and just see what I can do. Make 36 laps. I'll probably be 3 laps behind, but it is what it is.
Just run the
But it should
setup
be.
and put in our team chat. I know you can see
I
it.
thought, yeah. It's just hitting my marks. I haven't found my marks yet. I'm not terrible. I'm not terrible as I was in Heat 5 from braking, but it's just I haven't found my marks, especially going into the bus stop. It's very hard to find my marks there.
I've
Which would be
used
very
all the
interesting.
same markers
Yeah.
that I would in
Okay.
5 for the truck series.
Okay.
Every marker is the same.
I got you. Okay. But yeah, we'll get
if you
into
know what I
our.
mean.
Go ahead. Yeah, I know what you mean. We'll get into our picks now. Did anybody? I don't believe anybody won this week picks wise. I think Camo was the
I had
person who got the
Sterlo. I think he
Sturlo
finished high,
and
but he didn't
finished
win.
fifth. But so we'll start with you, Camo. Who you got for your first pick and your dark horse pick for Premier?
For Premier, starting Premier. Okay. I really haven't seen any of our guys run a road course other than Spartan.
Okay.
And no offense to him, but he did not do well at Coda.
True. No offense to him.
I'll go with the hot seat line cone. I feel like he could pick something up here. I
Okay.
feel like I think line cone is on the surge
heater.
that Sterlo was at the beginning of the season.
Uh-huh.
So I expect line cone to match Sterlo in wins eventually.
All right. Not bad. All right. How about your dark horse?
I was gonna say Carrot, but I don't even think he himself trusts the road course.
I don't know. He might be in the chat. What do you feel, Carrot? Do you get trusted to get picked here, or not?
Yeah, I'll let you influence my decision here. Carrot, are you confident in road course? Is he even in the?
His ass
He
left.
he was. I don't know if he's in there right
Is he?
now. He can only answer. He's slow. He's slow in the chat, just like he's slow on the doctor. Never mind. There he goes. Fuck. No. Hate the road courses. He says. So there's your
Okay.
answer.
Dang, it's really difficult because I haven't seen the people run
It's
a road.
hard. It's very hard. It's a dark horse though, so it's like pick anybody. Projected,
I
he's
know
probably
to
not
pick
the
someone who's secretly good at a road course, but I don't want to pick somebody who's really awful at a road course.
Fair point. Fair point.
Okay, I guess I'll go Cobra. I'm probably gonna regret that. He's gonna say like I'm really shit at road courses too.
You picked Cobra over Carrot. He's gonna say Carrot's gonna get mad about
Saying
that,
he's
even though he
shit at
just
a road
said.
course.
Very true. Very true. I think you'll be those two. I think one of those easily can win. You never know what's gonna happen in stage 3. You very well could get a green white checkered. This the only chances we get green white checkered finishes are at road courses because we only run relaxed cautions at road courses.
Yeah.
So anything can happen.
I
Brandon, who do you
will say
got? Go ahead.
leader is at disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. What do you got, Brandon, for your premier picks?
I'm the same as Camel. I haven't seen anybody run a damn road course.
I don't
So
think we all. I think
besides,
we're all the same.
yeah, we're all
We're
cooked on our
basically gonna
picks.
go off. Basically gonna go off our
There is a
history of Heat
very few
5.
handful of us that have ran a road course on this game
Yep.
and performed well.
Yep.
I haven't seen anybody perform well. And yes, Camo, I'm not picking you this week. Sorry.
That's honestly shocking because I would have thought you
Well,
seen my code.
other people are gonna pick you. Other people are gonna pick you. And I saw someone else
Are you
beat you at
100%
that
sure about
Coda race. Yes, I saw one other person beat you at the
that?
Coda
He
race.
was running assists. I know the secret to people running a road course now. They're running 10% stability control. I
How are you
got the
doing that with
secret.
the turn it off?
Some people run it on. Some people have it on for the lobbies.
How?
But
So the lobby had it on.
that
Okay.
is how I've been getting beat at road courses.
Okay. Makes sense.
Wait, no. Wait, Spartan Law's assistant in this league?
I guess so.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Because
can't.
I saw Texas running like a fucking Forza car, sideways and still pulling away, which you
I
cannot do.
can't confirm. I can't confirm more than that. Who's your pick, Brandon?
All right. Let's stop talking about. Sorry, Camo, that I had a cameo with you. My pick this week is gonna be Cowboys. Very
Alright.
solid at road courses. Underrated, honestly, at road courses. I think he's run very
Agreed.
good
I
at
think he's
them.
been underrated this season in general.
Yes,
Agreed.
he's been very good. I know he's been a little bit. He's had some bad weeks due to crashes, incidents, and stuff, but he's always had the speed. The issue this season with my team in general is qualifying. We can't qualify, and when he qualifies well, you know how it was in Heat 5. He qualified top
He
5
was
and be
he would
able
be
to win the
pole
race.
every week. He would
You
get
mean he
Yeah, but
qualified
on
well
this
every week?
game, he can't qualify well, and that's his only problem because he has the speed to move through the field. He just can't qualify.
Yeah, it's
But
just
yeah,
it's the race setups are so vastly different
yes,
when you
Yep.
first start the race. So obviously
Mhm.
he's not gonna be the qualifying guy that he used to be, because normally you would start on that setup they're qualifying in. You can't do
Yeah.
that now.
How about
yeah,
you,
and
Brian?
then
Who's your dark horse?
my dark horse this week. I'm gonna go with the old reliable top 10 basically every week. I think he's gonna bring the speed this week. K Therms.
Okay.
Yeah, K Therms always finds a way inside the top 5, top 10. He's gonna be there, even if he says he's bad at road course. He'll be there eventually.
I agree. All right, we have Hendrick's picks. He sent it to me via text. His picks are Sean for life for his main pick, and his dark horse. Drum
Bandwagoner.
roll, please. Drum roll, please. It is Camo. I don't know if you consider that
I got
dark
this
horse.
drinking. Oh, that hurt. I'm actually shocked that you picked me.
Wow, someone
I
picked
was drinking.
Camo.
Fuck, I'm sorry. It
You-
was actually that hurt.
That hurt.
Such an
That
easy
hurt.
pick.
I was drinking and
Camo's
he
such
said
an
that.
easy pick.
I don't
I don't know about
agree.
being a dark
I
horse,
agree
though.
with you. I haven't seen a lot of people at a road course and put the time into a road course to know. So Camo was going to be a number one pick, and my second pick was going to be
Oh my god.
a NXT driver who I think could probably steal a victory, but can't really pick NXT drivers. And Premier, let me look. I should really prepare for this more, but Premier, I gotta go. Damn it, this is tough. This is tough. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do Spartan. I'm gonna give credit to Spartan. I think Kodo was in. I think Kodo's the harder one, but I think he'll show up at the Glen, do a better performance.
Oh yeah, hopefully he
For
does.
road course wise, and I full believe he can do it. And then my dark horse is going to be. Damn it, Brent took my dark horse because I knew that was easy. My dark horse is going to be Savage. Savage was always good in Heat 5 road courses. I think he really, really wants to be great at this road course, racing in this game, and I think he can actually steal a victory at a Glen or one of these other road courses. So those are my pick. Bran, I will start with you for your truck picks. At the game,
Oh,
too, as well.
road course. Oh God,
This is
I
tough.
don't know
We,
any.
we just picked random
I
people.
don't know
We
anybody.
did a random wheel.
Let me throw a dart at the board. You know what?
Respectfully.
Hendrick, you've done enough to convince me. I'm gonna pick you as my main pick, and whether or not this backfires on me horribly, and he tells me this week that he's ass at Watkins Glen, I'm gonna be very sad. But at the same point, I don't know who's good, who's not, especially in that truck series. So I'm going with Hendrick as my main pick, and my dark horse. Ah, man, I gotta go with one of my guys. To be honest, jeez, my family's talking in the background. I'm gonna go with um, I don't know. He's not technically considered.
I'm just telling you, you picked pumps like 3 weeks in a row.
Lefty's not considered a dark horse though.
Who? Lefty?
Yes,
I think anybody could be a
he's
dark horse at a road course if you've never been there before.
all right. Lefty then. Lefty
Okay.
he's really good. Okay, I'm telling you right now, he's. I mean, we talk about pumps a
He
lot,
is.
but I like Lefty. I like Lefty a ton. I think he's really good, and he's someone that you're gonna have to watch out for. If he can get more consistent, he has the speed, and I really do believe he'll be moving up soon if he continues on the pace he's at. He's got good
Okay.
speed, trust me.
All right. How about you, Camo? Is Pure Splice going to do it back to back here?
I could see that.
Because I know if it's going to be hard for you picking Premiere, it's going to be hard for you picking trucks. And do you have a dark horse?
Who do we got still in the series? Anyway,
Pick Cowboy Tech.
no offense to Cowboy Tech, but I can't take Cowboy Tech in a dark horse.
Okay, fair point.
I can't do that. I don't know these people at all. I'll take 2 Prime.
Okay, that's a good one. That is a good one. And who? Let me go look to see who Hendrick took. Hendrick took. Where are you, Mr. Hendrick? Hendrick took Tampax, his primary, and then Holy Divines as his dark horse, which are 2 great picks.
No.
Ampex is racing this week.
He better race this week.
Are you sure?
Is he? I don't know.
I don't think
that-
he's
exactly.
ready on this game to be a main pick at all.
Yeah. Well, we don't know anybody. He could show up and just, it could be a green white checker. You never know in this game.
Oh God.
And and then I mean, I think
First
in
worthless
all
race, green, white
fairness,
checker.
truck races do to have a weird stage where like, oh crap, we're having cautions. If we had a fast road course like we did in Heat 5 that one time, I could see the truck series being that one 25-minute race that we had, just because it's 36 laps or 35 laps, and trucks can be definitely difficult to maintain at a road course. Who was Hendricks? I just forgot it. Talking too much. Holy, that's right. All right, so my picks are gonna be Juice Box and who's gonna be my? Oh, I know who's gonna be. No, yeah, I'm doing Juice Box and I'm going Georgia Dog for my dark horse. I think Georgia Dog will. He always tends to be better than most people at a road course, and he is able to turn right better than most people. I don't know why, but he is, and he always shows up at road courses when it matters the most. But those are our picks this week. Looking forward to a great Watkins Glen weekend. Hopefully NXT keeps improving itself with the Cup cars. We won't be picking them this week.
I will say this, Mets, on
what's
the
that?
NXT switching to Cup, it makes if they want to jump up to Premier way easier, and they also get more practice if they run the Premier races the day beforehand.
That
So-
is one thing we talked about as admins.
It gives
we
them
don't.
advantage.
We have to. Yeah, we did limit that. We have to limit them. We said that before Nashville this week. The list of people that are able to come up to Premiere will be more limited now, just for the simple fact that you really have to not have that major advantage, especially same tire wear, same track type stuff. So we have to very limit that and only really give the opportunity and see how somebody does with, one eye open. Because obviously a couple people got approved this week who really dominated the Nashville race, and then they went to Premiere and had, I think, all the top 10 finishes who came up. So you just got to be careful with that from weekly standpoint, but understand that it's not really much of an advantage because Premiere is top level stuff, and they're all going to show up to begin with. And these people who are approved already for NXT to go to Premiere are obviously people we're looking at to be Premiere in the future. So they're still, in our eyes, Premiere level drivers. But yeah, that was definitely brought up because definitely same car, same track type stuff. But yeah, it's going to be very limited going forward with who's allowed from NXT to jump in Premiere sub rides. But those are our picks this week. It should be a fun Glen weekend for trucks, NXT, Premiere. Shout out and Solo for for producing this great effort here. I saw the highlights. Some would call it lowlights in the package that he put together with some one car spins, and I believe I
We need
saw
some highlights, man. But the
yeah,
issue is
people gotta
that
send
half
them
of us
out.
don't stream. Half of us
Gotta,
don't stream, unfortunately, due to connection issues.
we need. I
You're
cannot
free to
wait.
grab anything from mine.
We cannot wait for commentary mode. We need a commentary mode. This is what we need. It will come soon enough. I don't believe in this game,
We
but
have
at
good
least the next
racing.
game, because we have great racing. And it's one of the things before the game came out. All right, get the racing right in this game, so then we can really show off the next game when commentary comes to us, and hopefully. But I do believe the next DLC comes out either Friday. I heard a rumor tomorrow
Ooh.
or
Tomorrow?
next Friday. So at
I hope
least
it's
we're
Friday. This
at least
Friday.
a week away. And then I heard some rumors that there's some surprises in the bundle. I don't know what to think about that, but there's also my eyes looked up when the update came out Monday about getting ready for the DLC. So my eyes came up, but I don't know what that really means. I don't know what I think it means. I won't try to like spectate, put that in the universe to see what happens. But we heard some Christmas, quote unquote, Christmas surprises in the Matt Lewis
Yay!
It's just gonna
Q&A
be
he had
fun.
last weekend. But yep. But appreciate everybody for being here, watching on replay. Give us a follow. Turn the notification button on so you can never miss when we go live. I know I say it in the server, but always helps the algorithm and everything like that. In case we have more people coming in, I am slightly recruiting in a base by in every now and then. That's depending on how I see certain people. So you should see some people come into the server here or there. Should be great fits for ODRL, so I'm looking forward to that. But not fully recruiting for another series or anything, but just slightly recruiting, just giving some people some options to race in other leagues and stuff like that. But with that being said, shout out Salbo for producing, and Camo for being here, and Brandon. Hopefully Hendrick is in a good place right now. And look forward to seeing his college football streams and his Glenn stream for Saturday, and look forward to that. And it's all both send us out, my friend.